All right. Hello, everyone. And I'm so glad to have everybody here tonight. And we're going to talk about the surprising power of asking the right question. Um, you know, one of the things I've realized in both my personal and professional life is that trust isn't just handed over, it's earned. And one of the most powerful tools to earn trust is asking the right questions. It sounds simple, right? But there is an art to this. So tonight, we're diving deep into the world of trust building questions. So let's go ahead and get started. So, in this live stream, I'm hoping that you get these three takeaways tonight. Number one is purposeful questioning. Right? So the art of questioning isn't just about seeking answers, but about building these bridges of understanding and trust. So tailoring questions, especially open-ended questions, demonstrates genuine interest and they foster deeper connections. Takeaway number two is avoiding the pitfalls of close-ended questions. While these close-ended questions they have their place, relying solely on them can limit the depth of feedback that you get from your audience. So to truly connect and get valuable insights, it's important to encourage detailed responses through thoughtfully crafted questions. And our third takeaway for tonight is actionable feedback. Actionable feedback is gold, everyone. Okay, questions that solicit actionable feedback doesn't only provide meaningful insights, but it also uh, they also showcase a commitment or our commitment to improvement. So when customers see their feedback being implemented, being put into place, it solidifies their trust and the belief in your dedication to excellence. So, before we dive into specific questions, let's understand the why behind all of this. It's because questions create bridges. They show that you're listening, you're curious, and most importantly, that you care about your audience. And in any business, showing that you care can make all the difference in the world. So, let's kick this off by understanding the real essence of questions. So at face value, a question might seem like a request of information. Okay, um, but in reality, it's a gateway. Okay, it's an opening that allows for deeper connections. So think back to a time when someone asked you a question and it made you pause and reflect. Okay, it wasn't just a mere exchange of words, right? It was an invitation to share, it's an invitation to be seen and to be heard. And that's the power that we're talking about here. And in the world of business, this is especially critical. Amidst all the transactions and numbers, it's the questions that humanize the interaction. So they show that you are genuinely interested in your customers and your even potential customers. That's beyond the surface level, and it's not just about, oh, what do you want to buy, or how can we serve you better, or what are your aspirations, right? Those are very simple surface level questions. So in essence, questions bridge the gap between being mere acquaintances and a genuine connection. Okay, and in this bridge, or in that bridge, lies trust, which is the core of our group. Okay, trust that you are not just another business, trust that you are not just some other Joe Schmo trying to make money, right? Trust that you are a partner in their journey. Trust that you genuinely care, and trust, my friends, is the foundation of any lasting relationships. All right, so let's dive into a topic I find absolutely fascinating. It's the world of open ended and close ended questions. Now, why are they important? And then we'll unpack that. Okay, so close-ended questions, we've all asked them, right? They're the questions that lead to a very simple yes or no, or even a maybe. They can be incredibly useful in some situations. For example, if you're taking a quick survey, or if you need a straightforward answer, for example, did you ship the order, right? Or is the live stream at 7 p.m., right? They're efficient and to the point, right? And there will be cases where we need that. But in the context of building trust and establishing deeper connections, they can be very limiting because they don't allow for expansion. It doesn't give room for storytelling or for an interchange of experiences. Now, let's contrast this with open ended questions. Okay, these are the questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. Okay, they're the ones that start conversations, they spark discussions. For instance, instead of asking, like if I, instead of me asking you, did you like the live stream? Okay, which can be answered by a mere yes or no, right? Maybe I should try, what were your key takeaways from the live stream? What's your favorite part of the live stream? Okay. So that question invites sharing, it invites reflection, and gives a richer, more detailed response from your audience. Now, okay, so imagine that you are talking to a potential customer. So if it by asking them, do you want our premium package? Right? That's closed ended. They might just say no, right? But if you ask, what are you looking for in a package? So you're giving them now a chance to express their needs, right? Allowing you to cater your response to them accordingly. Now, here's a fun exercise. Next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to how many close-ended questions you ask, and then challenge yourself to turn them into open-ended questions. It's not just about getting more information, it's about showing the other person that you genuinely want to hear what they have to say. So remember, questions are tools, okay? And like any tool, it's about how you use them. So let's go ahead and get asking, let's get conversational, and let's build trust one question at a time. The next one I want to talk about is empathy. Okay, so empathy is the glue in any relationship, whether it be business or personal. It's empathy is what binds us together. Right? So by asking questions like, what challenges are you currently facing? Or how can I support you better? You're showing that you're not just in it for the business, that you genuinely want to help. And you probably heard it said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I don't know if you've heard that saying before, because that is so true, right? The core of building trust is showing genuine care and interest in the person you're speaking with. And how do we show that? We show that through empathetic questions. So empathy is not just about feeling sorry for someone, okay? It's about stepping into their shoes, understanding their perspective, seeing through their lens, and genuinely connecting with their emotions. And the quickest path to achieving this is by asking empathetic questions. So think about the last time you were going through something that is challenging. How did it feel when somebody or someone asked you a simple, hey, how are you really feeling about that? Or, that sounds tough. What's been the hardest part for you? So those aren't just questions, right? They're lifelines. They show you that someone on the other end of that conversation is truly listening and that they care, right? And that you are not alone in your journey. Here's a scenario. Okay, imagine a business owner chatting with a customer who seems hesitant to buy a product or about that product. So instead of just highlighting the product features again, the owner could ask, what concerns do you have about this product? Or how does this fit into what you're looking for. So these questions show the customer that their feelings and concerns are valid and important to the business owner as well. Or think about when you're meeting a client who's been through a business downturn, right? Because of the economy or for whatever reason. So instead of diving straight to your pitch of that some whatever it is that you're trying to sell, consider asking, how has this period been for you and your team? Right? This can provide valuable insights and show your client that you're there as a partner and not a vendor. You see, empathetic questions do more than just gather information. They build these bridges that we're talking about. So they forge these connections. So they tell the other person, I see you, right? They tell them, I hear you and I am here with you. So why are these questions essential in building trust? Because trust isn't built on transactions or just mere data points. It's built on human connection, it's built on understanding and shared experiences. So by asking with empathy, we're laying down the bricks of trust, one genuine question at a time. All right, so let's roll up our sleeves and think about, let's talk about a word that's both so simple but so powerful. And I'm talking about clarity. Have you ever found yourself in a cloud of misunderstanding after someone's explained something to you and you just don't get it? Right? That's very frustrating, right? But when someone breaks things down and you get that aha moment, right? That is the magic of clarity. Now, why does clarity matter so much in this topic, especially when we're on this discussion or this topic of trust? It's pretty straightforward. When things are clear, okay, I'm going to be clear on this. When things are clear, there is no room for doubt or skepticism. Okay, so think about that. Would you rather work with someone whose plans sound vague or unsure, or with someone who can give you a crystal clear picture of what to expect? Now let's tie this back to our main topic, the questions. Let's tie this back to questions. So asking questions that prioritize clarity is like having a superpower in the world of trust building. So for instance, instead of asking, are you satisfied with our services? Which can be a bit vague, right? You could ask, what specific aspects of our service did you find most valuable? And what areas do you feel need more improvement? Notice how the question not only seeks a clearer understanding, but it also shows that you are open to feedback, right? So that's a double win for you. Or if let's say you're doing a product demo, so instead of just saying, do you get how this works? You could ask, okay, which features are clear to you and which would you like me to go over again? Okay, so now, why is clarity tied to your credibility? Because it shows three things, okay? It shows, one, that you know your stuff, okay? So when you're clear, it means that you have a solid understanding of what you're talking about. And number two, you're confident, right? And confidence is contagious. So if you're sure about what you're offering or discussing, it makes the other side feel secure as well. And lastly, it shows that you care, okay? So by ensuring things are clear to the other party, it shows you're considering their perspective and ensuring that they are in the loop of everything, right? So in essence, the clearer you are, the more credible you become. Simple as that, right? And when you're credible, what happens? Trust just follows. Okay, so next time you're having a conversation, aim for that clarity. Okay, and trust me, it is a game changer. Now, this is gold. The next one is gold. Okay, asking for feedback. What can we improve, or what would you love to see more of? Right, so this not only gives you valuable insights, but also makes the other person feel valued and heard. So we've touched upon open and closed-ended questions. But now let's delve into one of the most beneficial types of questioning, especially for businesses, right? Questions that solicit actionable feedback. Now, why is this important? Think of it this way. If someone says, "Oh, your website looks good," right? It feels nice, right? But it doesn't really give you much to work with. Now, if someone says, "Oh, I love how I could easily navigate to your website, but I had trouble finding that contact detail," right? So now that's a golden nugget of information right there. So it's precise, and it directly points out where you shine, and it points out where you can improve. So let's play with some examples here. So instead of just asking your customers, "Did you enjoy our service?" which might get a simple yes or no, right? Instead of asking that questions, try this. "What's one thing we could do better next time?" Right? It doesn't only show that you care about improving, but it also encourages them to think critically about their experience. Or if you're in e-commerce, for example, instead of asking, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" Right? You can ask, "Was there a product you wish we had?" Right? So the first question might get a passive response, while the latter question could provide insights to potential product expansions. So the beauty of these questions lies in their ability to pave that path for growth. And it's not just about gathering feedback, it's about gathering meaningful feedback that you can act on. And trust me, when customers see that you're taking their feedback and you're making actual changes, that's when you're not just building trust, you are solidifying that trust. So every time you ask for feedback, it's like you're extending an invitation for some sort of collaboration. You're telling your customers, "Hey, help us serve you better." Okay? And in this collaborative spirit, the genuine eagerness to evolve and to improve, that sets that trust in stone. So let's keep those questions rolling, especially the ones that give us the blueprint for improvement, because in the end, every piece of feedback is a step towards excellence, and every step taken shows just how much you value and trust your community. All right, so now it's time to flip the script. I know we don't have a whole lot of viewers right now on the live, but since we've covered a lot of ground today, and I'm sure there might be some burning questions out there, we can dive into a live Q&A segment, right? Whether you're watching live or catching the replay, I encourage you to get involved. So for those of you tuning in live right now, you can drop your questions in the comments now, right? Or if you're watching the replay, it's okay. You can still participate. Okay, here's what you can do. So just drop your questions in the comments, but start your comment with replay questions, so it's easier for us to spot and respond, right? Or if you have a more personal or in-depth question, feel free to send me a direct message, and I'll get back to you shortly. So as we go through the questions, if there are any, remember that there's no such thing as a silly question. We're all here to learn, we're all here to grow together. So maybe we can give a few seconds to see if there are any questions from our live viewers. But if not, it's okay. You can rewatch this and do the questions on the replay after digesting all this information. So as we wrap up this session, this live stream, let's quickly review our takeaways, right? Number one, about the close-ended queries, right? We understood how these questions can be limiting, these close-ended questions. They might give us immediate answers, but they don't allow the other person to fully express themselves or give deeper insights. It's like fishing with a small net. Okay, you catch something, but it's limited. Second is the open-ended exploration, right? The power of open-ended questions. I cannot overstate this enough. Okay, they're the doorways to genuine conversations. You also get richer insights and ultimately the trust. Okay, the trust that we are looking to build with our audience. It's like casting a wider net, right? So the possibilities of the information that you get back are endless. And third is the feedback focused queries, right? We've seen how these are gold for business growth. So they don't just provide feedback, but it provides actionable steps we can take to refine and improve our business. So now, your homework for today or tonight, and I'm super excited about this, is to put into practice what we've learned. I want you to engage in three conversations in the next couple of days, right? Engage in three conversations, either in your personal or professional life. And in each conversation, consciously use one open ended question and one feedback focused question. And then observe the depth that it brings to your conversation. And then share your experiences and any new insights in the comments, or maybe within our next session or anywhere in the group, right? So it's time for some real world application, because all this information is useless if we don't put it into practice. So remember, okay, the questions we ask shape our relationships, and in the business world, the trust we build with our customers, it's one of the most important things, right? Again, it's a powerful tool. So let's go ahead and wield it wisely. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to hearing about all your experiences. Until next time.